Cornish helmsman on Team INEOS Britannia, challenger of record for the 37th America's Cup, today driving on the port side of boat B. Ben, another two-boat racing day. How did it go?
Yeah, it was good. Early start, so I mean a credit to the shore team here. I think their alarms were off while a few of us were still deep into a sleep last night, so it was good. We got the morning drainage over at the airport, as we have done a few times lately, and yeah, we made the most out of the morning.
Was there any specific focus on today's starts?
Not specific. I mean, we're obviously running through routines in the simulator and then running them on the water, and yeah, letting it unfold on the water.
Today we saw boat B maybe struggling a little bit on some jives and on some boat handling in different moments. Do you think you have some work pending in that area?
Yeah, I think, I mean, we talked about it on the way in, and we were probably giving away a bit with maybe some rusty manoeuvres. As you mentioned, a few of the jives were tricky on our boat today. But you know, other than that, the racing was really good. It was tight. We were, you know, setting up for splits at the top marks within half a boat length of the other boat. So, you know, it's pushing both sets of crews to real high intensity, which is great.
Then on one of the jives, a big nosedive on boat B, and then we realized there were some issues inside the cockpit on the port side. What happened? Yeah,
that's right. So the cockpit obviously took on quite a lot of water, just on the back of the nosedive, and just a bit of water ingress into one of the components, which the guys are working to fix now.
Today you had in mind a double session on the morning and then on the afternoon. How are you going to adapt for the following days?
Yeah, I mean, it was a loose plan to be able to do that. If the gradient was short-lived or didn't deliver today, we had the option. You know, as I said earlier, the shore crew are being very flexible and giving us that opportunity, so we're grateful for that.
Is the issue easy enough to be able to have two boats racing again tomorrow?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
We're here with Brad Favell, sales specialist at Alinghi Red Bull Racing. Another day of full LE sail plans. How did the session go? What were the conditions like?
Yeah, the conditions on the Red Sea have been pretty favourable, especially this trip. The last 3 days have been pretty textbook to get the test done, and today we're on sort of J2s and J3s, but yeah, fairly flat seaway.
So can you tell us, you've got the new M14 LE mainsail. How's that different to the M13?
Yeah, it's very different. You guys would see that, and the concepts we're testing here are just going forward in our sail development. You know, we're at the back end of our 40 program and pushing the concepts out again this week.
And you took the J1 jibs back to the shed just before sailing as well today. You hoisted the J3s but dropped them immediately for the J2. Can you tell us what was going on?
Yeah, basically, you know, today was a little bit different weather than we've had the last 2 days with the overcast conditions, and you know, being inside here on the creek, you know, sometimes we just poke our nose out at the entrance to realise what the conditions are like, and today we're sort of you know, a little bit small on the jib for what we saw, and it sort of prevailed. You know, the first hour session was on the J2s, which was the right call at the end of the day.
So, you know, we can see what a new sail looks like, but something we can't see is the other battens. Can you tell us how much are you experimenting with battens, and What does that look like?
Yeah, the battens are obviously integral to supporting the flying shapes and matching the models. So, you know, we're developing battens every sail, every day. Small tweaks, but you know, the details are the difference at this end of the 40 campaign.
Can you explain the way Alinghi Red Bull Racing have set up the sail department between Barcelona and Jeddah?
Yeah, basically, you know, the decision for our winter base to become a primary source for our winter testing with the sail program, especially with the 40s. That decision was made early, and we had enough time to set up a fairly decent temporary loft here, which is more than ample to do what we need to do. And being a diverse team and a big team, we're slowly shifting gears between Barcelona and Jeddah.
And how much more efficient has the two-boat testing been for the sail design department compared to testing on a single boat?
Yeah, basically the 40s are a great platform, you know, LEQ mode at the moment, and it's given us, you know, real-world data and feedback to get back to the designers and the concepts and the models. So yeah, it's vital.
So you know, when you get your data back to the designers, how long does it take to get the results back to you following the commissioning of a new sail, for example, after the
Yeah, obviously, you know, every day is slightly different, and we sort of go into the first couple of days on the new sails for general sailor feedback, and then we start crunching the numbers and start reviewing the data in a bit more detail with the feedback. But yeah, it's fairly instant. There's not a lot of delay, so we sort of get straight into the next step as soon as we're launching sails yesterday.
Both boats touching down.
Sean Clarkson, switched to one boat training for American Magic this week rather than two boat. What's the reason for the switch?
We'll have two tomorrow. It was just different things, different sort of priorities and things we want to try, and so just chipping away, getting everything, ticking all the boxes really. But today was a really good day, so really
it looked like a highly efficient day.
Yeah.
I guess if you only got one boat, that's a bit easier to be that efficient.
Yeah.
You didn't change headsail, so there's a lot of time with the boat in the air.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate the last 2 or 3 weeks with the weather here. It's been really, really good. So it's a bit chilly, but no, it's been nice. So today was just a very consistent breeze, so the one jib covered all the range, and no, we had a good day of just trying different things and different techniques and different manoeuvres. And as you saw, we did a lot of manoeuvres and a lot of different sort of sail shapes and profiles, and it was a very good day.
We thought we saw you in high mode upwind quite a lot today. Were we right or were we wrong?
I mean, it wasn't very windy, so I mean, I think it probably weren't going very fast because it just wasn't very windy. So we tried a bit of everything really. So it was a day of trying a little bit different trims, and I mean, as you saw, heels, cants, trims, and just seeing what felt good or bad, you know. So
you were using a custom mainsail and a custom headsail today. Mm-hmm. The finish on these new sails looks super shiny. It looks different to what we've seen before. What can you tell us about that?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I wish I had an answer that sounded intelligent, but I don't. I mean, and they're just the nice new carbon products. So
it's just new sails, and they look nice and shiny.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so the information that you guys have been gathering during all of the two boat stuff and the training this week, We hear you talking about validating the information from the designers, the computer stuff.
It's a big part of it.
What's the general feeling? Have you been able to validate that data?
I'm not sure if validate's the right word. It's more just cross-referencing and then finding where the crossover is between our feelings versus what the computer says, and it's sort of like, well, and it helps us with the direction, but also conversely helps designers with direction too. So it's more feedback in both directions, because as our technique may be very different to how they model stuff, so we're all sort of learning together. So it's a good way of doing it. It's a process.
Sounds like a super valuable process, vital process in the great scheme of things. What's the general feeling you've got from this now? Do you need to do lots more of this, or are you getting it done?
I think you'd always do more, because you can go down a rabbit hole, but at some stage you got to make decisions like, our race cells are being designed and built very soon, so at a certain stage your runway is done. So, but no, you'd always take more time.